Today we're going to make a special roll that we call the captain's roll. For this one we're going to need a few ingredients. We're going to need a few pieces of hamachi, some thinly sliced cucumbers, about 4 slices of thinly sliced hamachi for the top, some green onions thinly sliced, some tobiko or flying fish roe. We're also going to need a little bit hot sauce and spicy mayo sauce. What we're going to need to do first is we're going to take these pieces of hamachi and we're going to put them in the deep fryer in a little bit of tempura batter. So now we're going to go ahead and make our captain's roll. We've already deep fried our hamachi. And so what we're going to do next now is we're going to get our hands just a little bit wet with some water. And we're going to go ahead and grab about 140 to 150 grams of rice. Now that we have our rice, we're going to go ahead and spread it across the top of our nori. And then we're going to go ahead and pull it down towards the bottom, spreading it out. Then we're going to make sure that we spread the rice evenly across the roll, especially paying attention to the edges. Now that we have everything roughly spread, all the rice roughly spread out on the nori, we're going to go ahead and flip it over. We're going to start with taking a little bit of our spicy mayonnaise sauce, and we're going to put a nice thick line here in the center. Then we'll take our hamachi and spread it out all the way across the nori. We'll take our cucumbers, and we're also going to evenly split those as well. Now that we have all of our ingredients here on the inside, it's going to be time to roll it up. We're going to go ahead and take the side closest to us, roll it over all the ingredients, and pull it in to tuck it nice and tight with the rest of the ingredients inside. Take the little flap, pull it up so that it sticks together, then roll over so that the flap is on the very bottom. It's okay, if you end up having little spots like this, it's okay. We'll just go ahead and take a little bit of extra rice to cover it up, make sure that it's perfect. Now that we're here, we're going to go ahead and put our top on. Here we have a few pieces of hamachi. We're going to go ahead and start by placing them across the roll. And what I'm doing every time, I'm spinning the fish so that it covers the most amount of space on the roll. And we're not too worried if there's just a little bit of space in between each of the fish, because when you go ahead and press it, those spaces will go ahead and disappear. Now we're going to go ahead and cut our roll and then plate it. So now we're going to go ahead and press, cut, and then plate our roll. We're going to take a little bit of plastic wrap and put it over the top of our roll. Then we're going to take our makisu and place the flat side over the roll. And now we can go ahead and press it. The key is to go ahead and press down and then go ahead and press in, just at the very base. And we want to make sure that we apply a medium, even pressure across the whole roll. Then we'll go ahead and take it and bring our makisu to the end of the roll and just go ahead and give it a little pat to make sure that everything is nice and even. Now that we're here, we can take off our makisu and we can go ahead and start cutting. Since this has fish on the top, we're going to cut it into 8 pieces. We'll take our sushi knife, start find about the halfway point, and then make one nice cut. Now we'll take one side, cut it in half, then cut that piece in half, and half again. Now we'll do the same thing to the other side. Half, half, half. Now that we've cut everything, we can go ahead and start plating it. We're going to take our plate here. Now we want to slide each of the pieces to separate it from each other so you don't accidentally pull out any of the insides. This piece over here, we're going to spin it around and then replace one end. Then on this other side, we're going to take this end piece and just move it one in. The reason we do this is so that every cut that the customer sees is going to be super clean and beautiful. Now we'll go ahead and take our roll, and I'm going to plate it diagonally across the plate here. I'm going to take our the easy way to do that is to send them so that they are halfway across each other. I'm going to place them at a diagonal angle. Then we'll do that with the last 4 pieces. And then make sure that our spaces are even. So now we're going to go ahead and finish decorating this roll. Now that we have it all plated, we're just going to take a little bit of our hot sauce and we're going to make a nice little line here in the back. Just start and then just drag it across the plate. I'll do the same thing on the front side as well. I'm going to take a little bit of our thinly sliced green onions and we're just going to sprinkle this over the top. And it's okay if it falls on the plate, it actually looks really good. Then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with our tobiko. We're going to take a little bit amount and start sprinkling across our whole roll. And our roll is fully decorated.